Throughout the last year, I've been doing monk mode, hard mode, quit every single thing that you can imagine. And in this video, I would like to reflect on my experiences, and I would like to phrase perhaps the biggest, I would say benefit, quote unquote, but perhaps realization that I've been blessed to go through. So pretty much throughout the last year, and I've been started experimenting with this perhaps a bit more than a year ago, I've been cutting out everything, namely social media. What do we mean by social media? Every fucking thing. Facebook, even Facebook Messenger, Instagram, everything. The only thing that I used was YouTube. And I was using YouTube perhaps, I had weeks when I didn't use YouTube. So I would say I had almost a month when I didn't use YouTube or media of any sort. I wasn't even reading back then. So I was like way fucking doing nothing, brother. I mean, like, I was doing many things, but outside media was like zero influence on me, like zero freaking influence on me. And so what have happened is that so basically my average YouTube watch time per week was under 30 minutes. And so when I watched YouTube, I only watched some content what I really wanted to look up because it was related to my business, or I wanted to figure out something, and I really couldn't. And so what have happened with me is that I got myself completely isolated. Also social life, I was like zero social life pretty much. I was a time when I was in the city when I'm living now, and I was like zero social, like zero social life. Or I mean, like, I didn't have a conversation with someone whom I didn't talk about business for about, I think the maximum was like 2 months or something like this. It was a long fucking time. And so the only conversation that I was having was, like business oriented. So it's like dedicated towards something. It's not that you're chilling and you're necessarily enjoying the conversation, but you are really much focused because, perhaps many things are dependent on those calls. So this is how I was living. I was and I am working out every single day. I'm still in this monk mode, but now I started to open up myself a bit because I got to realize that I didn't got to realize, but I made the decision that I'm too young to not experiment more in this phase of my life, and perhaps monk mode. Now that I went through this, I do not really feel the need to continue this anymore, and so I'm just getting out of this. So back to the exercise that I've done, working out every single day. As I mentioned, I'm still doing that every single day, and perhaps I will be doing it because this is one of my biggest things when it comes to self-actualization. The other thing that I was doing every single day is cold showers. I didn't take, so this was my take on it, and this is my take on it. I'm not taking any warm showers nor warm bath, only cold water. This is my rule of life. So yeah, I didn't take cold showers every single day because on that day I didn't take any kind of a shower. So this is my rule. This was my rule. And so I was taking cold showers almost every day, but I had a few days where I was skipping, so I cannot say that I was doing it every single day. But when I was doing showers, I was only taking cold showers. So this is how I was living. So the core principle have been that I'm just simply restraining myself from pleasures, and anything that could be outside of me, that could be somehow or anyhow be a quote-unquote solution for my internal state that I'm trying to escape from. So meaning that I just simply force myself to must accept where the freaking hell I am. I just simply must accept where I am. Like, I cannot run away. I can't run away, but I will still be in my head. I can run, I can do working out and all that shit, but I still be in my head. So I'm not turning on a YouTube video to distract myself from my thoughts and from my space where am I at. And so many strange things happen to me, because you might be guessing that I, like, achieved this nirvana and all this shit, like I achieved all this like high states of clarity of mind and all this shit. And yes, that's true. Like, I had days and I had breakthroughs when I was like, man, I'm just feeling so much enlightened and so much connected with myself. Yes, I had those days. I had those days and I had those moments. And whether you believe it or not, the greatest trigger for such places to get to, for me mentally, was fasting. And basically when I realized this also on my journey. So yeah, another thing, I've been eating one meal a day throughout the journey, perhaps almost all the time. I had a few days when I was like, man, I cannot bear with it, but I was eating it, and I had a period when I was eating 1 month straight, like 1 meal a day, meaning that I didn't eat all day long. I was eating at the end of the day, so that was also spiritual exercise. So get back to the point. So basically, I've been blessed to go through all of my greatest breakthroughs when all of the food has been out of my body, and I just simply got into this fasted state, and I would say clean state. Like, everything is like fucking clean, like zero anxieties, everything is all together. I'm feeling fucking great. I have no worries. It's like a blessed state, it's like if you'd be like after an orgasm, but without this feeling that you have to get back. It's like you're just feeling super great and blessed, and the clarity of mind and energized and all that shit. So yes, but what I want to highlight over here is that I just gone through a change, brothers, and so that change is obviously not external but internal, and in the means of I am not seeking. So basically, I thought to my brain, I'm not seeking any kind of an outsider source, so therefore it would be altering my current state. Meaning that when I'm feeling like a piece of horseshit, I'm not really seeking any kind of an outsider source in order for that thing to come in or involve that thing, so therefore it will be just bringing me out of that state. So for example, when I'm feeling down and I have some really bad, and not bad, but dark thoughts, I'm like, man, like I'm not running from this. I mean, like, maybe I'm going out there and getting a workout session done, but I cannot, I cannot hide from this place. I cannot really hide from the space. And so what this journey led me to go through is that I just really had some very fucking dark times and very fucking dark days, brother. Whether you believe me or not, like, I was depressed for I think a month. I was sleeping 12 hours. I was there were days when I was overeating because of, like, I was like, literally I had zero fucking things in my life. And so what I taught myself throughout this journey is that you can always have this mental fortitude. You can always be the one without anything, like you naked out there, without a phone, without a book, without a YouTube video, without any freaking one. You can be a human being, and you can be a person who is really and honestly can, bear with that situation. And I think that these experiences, like, led me to a place when I wouldn't say necessarily that connected with myself. Even more so, perhaps I just disconnected with myself in this way, because I really didn't pursue anything, and I was like resigning from my whole self, my whole identity. I was letting go of every fucking thing, And so this was a huge spiritual, I would say, exercise for me, because whether you believe it or not, resigning from everything, it's just like you're just basically giving back your life. You're just basically dead, like you're just basically fucking dead, because all the things that did excite you and all the things that did motivate you. You're just giving it back, like everything, all these dreams of me going to New York, becoming a millionaire, all these dreams. I was just like giving it back, everything. And so this changed me, brothers, and I think that I'm way fucking much more grateful. And not necessarily in the sense that I'm, praying every day or all those exercises, but in the means of I'm not feeling like that superior anymore. I'm not feeling that I'm a special human being. I'm feeling that I'm a fucking human being, and I'm here and I need to get my fucking work done, And in this sense, it just simply I'm not that vulnerable anymore. I'm not that vulnerable. I don't have those highs and lows, because I was very much like almost bipolaristic. I would say that like highs, super highs, and super lows, and super highs, and now I'm more like stable, And so throughout this journey, I've been blessed to really understand myself and slow the F down, because I was just like rushing. And by slowing down, I also realized that I've been able to achieve more, because whether you believe it or not, I wasn't reading 30 plus books a year, and perhaps I wasn't gaining so much knowledge, but I was gaining knowledge straight in the endeavors that I was chasing. So what I've got to realize, and these days this became so fucking obvious to me, that I just became fucking proficient with advertising, building websites, like what is 100% correlated with my professional endeavors. And also I got like super fucking good with like playing and singing the guitar, playing the guitar and singing at the same time, which I thought that I was good, but I really wasn't good. And so like I don't want to get into this topic, but there is this place when you are feeling that you're good because you just started and you're in the beginning of that thing, and you're feeling that you're good because it feels that you've made a huge progress. Like this is the initial 20 hours, and after that came the next 10,000 hours, which will eventually craft you a professional from on that field. So the point is that now I really became good. Like I'm not feeling that now. I'm not feeling that I'm good, but I'm good. Like I'm listening back to myself, and when I'm singing and when I'm doing those things, I'm rarely feeling that I'm doing it good. But when I'm listening to back, it's like, motherfucker, you're doing it good. You're singing fucking good. It's like, this is good shit, man. Like this is a fucking pleasure to listen to, and that's perhaps the greatest indicator. And I'm very fucking judgmental, and especially regarding to myself. So. This is what have happened. So basically, with those crafts, I just I was like going like this, and so I was reading. So basically, I started reading back in September again, and whether you believe it or not, it took me like 2 fucking months to read the book. And I had days when I was reading like 2 hours, and I was reading like 3 or 4 pages. But I was like fucking analyzing those pages, and now I speak this fucking language better, brother. Now I can write better. Now I can understand better. Because I was slowing down. Because instead of me rushing